In this video, I'm going to reveal the way we're scaling cold email in 2026 that most B2B companies have no idea about and we're secretly using to book hundreds of qualified meetings every month. That way, you can steal it, implement it into your business, and build a predictable customer acquisition channel that books you qualified meetings. Just for context, my name is Andrew. I'm the founder of Otto. We send over 1 million cold emails a month for our B2B clients. We're booking hundreds of sales meetings a month. And as you can see from this one client, we booked him 167 meetings in just 90 days from this same acquisition channel. Stick around until the end if you want to steal my strategy so that you can start putting your offer in front of your entire target market with the speed you need to grow your business. First, I want to touch on the old way of doing cold email and show you how a lot of people are still thinking about it in 2026. These are mistakes I constantly see businesses making when I'm meeting with the founder, CEO, or the sales team. First things first, they're using an outdated tech stack. So a lot of people, when I talk to them, they say, yes, we're sending cold email. We use HubSpot. Your CRM is not purpose-built to send cold emails. In fact, they explicitly do not want you to send cold emails. It's great for nurturing or existing customers. It is not meant to send high volume cold email. In that same tune, if you're really trying to send high volume, there's a lot of mass market sequencers out there. There are also a lot of cheap or budget friendly sequencers that you can use out in the market, and it's almost always a bad bet. You want to go with a reputable email sequencer where you can send high volume and confidently land in the primary inbox. Number 2 is just low volume. A lot of people are simply not sending enough volume. When I talk to sales teams, they say, yeah, we're sending cold email. We're doing about 100 a day. I mean, that's a rounding error at the end of the day, especially with the tools that are available at your disposal today. And for the cost, you should be sending thousands of emails a day, depending on the size of your market. 100 emails a day is not going to cut it. You're not going to get anywhere as a business doing that. The game of outbound is to get your offer in front of your entire market. I added in here going deep rather than wide too. This isn't great for every single industry, but if you're in a big market, stop spending 100% of your time on a small portion of the market. You need to put your offer in front of the entire market. You need to be in market with size. Number 3 is treating cold email as a sales channel. Now let me explain what I mean by that. This kind of goes in line with number 2 about low volume, but most people are still of the belief that cold email is owned by the sales team and the sales reps, right? So if you have 5 reps, they'll go out and they'll all start sending cold emails along with other touch points that they might do. A lot of people push pretty hard on the initial emails and they're trying to get into a sales conversation before we even confirmed if this person wants our services, needs our services, or is a fit. So when you shift that mindset, cold email is not a sales channel, it's a marketing channel, and our job is to generate the lead and start the conversation. It really changes your approach to how you talk to these individuals, the types of strategies you run, and overall the type of results that you get from the channel. The next issue we've seen here is just speed to lead not being treated with the importance that it needs to be treated with. When someone responds to your cold email, clearly you said something, you hit the mark when you sent that email. You hit them at a time where it made sense, right? They were receptive to your email, they responded. When you take 6 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours to respond to that lead, they might as well be cold again. Your conversion ratio on a positive response to a meeting booked is directly correlated to how fast you respond to these leads. So unless you have someone sitting in the inbox waiting to respond, you're going to fall behind. You're going to be losing meetings because of your speed to lead. And then the 5th issue that I still see a ton of businesses run into is a fragmented system across their individual sales reps. Cold email needs a small team who can manage the deliverability, the infrastructure, the lead list gathering, the response handling, and the lead routing, rather than 10 reps all running 10 different processes, and it's hard to track. You don't know how many emails they're sending. You don't even know how many meetings they're booking from the channel. Your brand messaging is different from rep A to rep B to rep C. Because of that, you're not able to test what's working in the market. This is because cold email a lot of times is not seen as an explicit marketing channel. The same way you would have an owner of your Facebook ads. Who's going to run the ads? Who's going to report out? You need that same level of detail for your cold email. You need that same unified system. So just to recap, these are the 5 things I've seen in the old model: outdated tech stack, low volume, going deep rather than wide, treating cold email as a sales channel rather than a marketing channel, slow speed to lead, and then no unified system across the individual sales reps. By the way, if you're a B2B company with $1 million or more a year in revenue, and you're looking to get an outbound system just like this, click the first link in the description below to learn more about our process, myself, and how we book qualified meetings for businesses just like yours. If it sounds good, fill out the form and book in a time to meet with me directly. So we know the issues, now we know how to solve them. Here's the new way that we're scaling cold email in 2026. Number 1, always starts with your setup. Cold email is getting harder. You don't want to make it harder by sending cold emails out of your CRM or from your primary domain. So what we're doing here, of course, and we've been doing this, is having purpose-built sequencers for cold email, as well as infrastructure, secondary domains, and inboxes that are purpose-built for cold email. Specifically here, and I don't get paid a dime to say this, we're using Email Bison for our cold email sending. They are purpose-built, isolated, deliverability optimized email sequencer for the top 10% of agencies, and then cheap inboxes on the infrastructure side. They use direct Google Workspaces, so they're quality inboxes, and they have a great support team behind them. We talked about how an issue is that people just simply aren't sending enough volume, and they're going deep rather than going wide. The strategy in 2026 is to run high volume and broad coverage. Think about it like this. Say this circle right here is your entire market. 100,000 individuals in your entire market. You can hit everybody in here. These are 100,000 qualified leads that might have a want or need for your service. We'll say you have 5 sales reps and you don't have a unified cold email system. You're likely only hitting a very small, call it 10K section of your entire market. So this entire portion, great drawing here, is likely not aware of you. They're likely being contacted by your competitors. They don't even know you exist. And how can you expect them to? If you are sending 10 touch points to this 10,000 rather than a few touch points, really good touch points, to this 100,000. So there's a shift in strategy where when you are restricted by manual workflows, fragmented systems, you really can only hit this 10,000. You don't have enough infrastructure to send high volume. So you need to live in this land. But when you have the right infrastructure, when you know how to send cold emails at scale, when you know how to put offers together and manage deliverability, your scope opens up to this entire 100,000 to where you can make the entire market aware of you the same way you would with paid ads. So just to kind of wrap that up again, this also goes in line with treating cold email like a marketing channel rather than a sales channel. A marketing channel like paid ads allows you to reach your entire market. Cold email allows you to do the same thing. In fact, we like to hit your entire market over the course of 90 days with 1 to 2 touch points and then recycle that again with different offers, different positioning. Going back to this over here on number 3, treat cold email like a marketing channel, just like how you treat paid ads. Your goal here is to start the conversation. It's to get the lead. You don't need to talk about the 20 different services you do. You don't even need to talk about yourself that much. Your goal here is to put your offer in front of your entire target market with a strong message. Earlier, we talked about how speed to lead was hamstringing businesses and that they were losing meetings because of it. Today, with AI, there's really no excuse for you to have a slow speed to lead. Anything less than 5 minutes really is unacceptable. So what we're doing here is we're pairing human inbox managers who can respond to leads at all times with AI assisted response management to craft that first reply. But it also connects to our client's Calendly links so that it can offer times immediately when someone responds interested. As I mentioned, there's a direct correlation to how fast you respond to leads, to how many meetings you book, and how many deals you close as a result. If you're not tracking speed to lead, and if you know it's slow, your largest focus should be on decreasing that number, getting it as close to 0 as you possibly can. And then number 5, last but not least, is having a centralized cold email system. Have a small team own cold email the same way you would with Facebook ads, the same way you would with Google ads. You need an owner on this channel rather than having 10 sales reps run their own motions, run their own setups, using 10 different softwares. Nobody knows what the messaging is. Nobody knows how many emails were sent out. Nobody knows how many meetings were booked as a result. If you have one team that owns it, they own the setup, they own the positioning, they own the brand message, they own the offers, they own the tracking, the reporting, you're going to see much better results and you're going to free up your sales time to do a lot more high-level tasks. Just to wrap up how we're scaling and thinking about cold email in 2026, the game is getting harder. Having the best software possible that's purpose-built for cold email is a must. Number 2, running high-volume strategies that allow you to hit your entire market in a short time frame. Again, the same way you would with paid ads. Treating cold email like a marketing channel. Don't try to pitch too hard. Use low friction CTAs, have great offers. Don't be afraid to give away stuff for free. Share white papers, share videos. Do what you have to do to start the conversation. Speed to lead, anything over 5-minute response time and you're doing yourself a disservice. And then lastly, if you have a sales team and you don't have a unified cold email system helping them out and book more meetings, you're doing your business a disservice. You're hamstringing your sales team because you're not booking as many meetings as you should, and they're spending all their time typing up cold emails. That's it for today's video. I really appreciate you sticking around and watching that. Hopefully you learned a thing or two and learned about how we think about cold email and how we're going to continue scaling in 2026. If you're serious about building a scalable cold email system that can compete with any channel and put your offer in front of your entire target market in a short time frame, click the first link in the description below and book in a time to meet with me directly, and I can walk you through our process and we'll see if it's a good fit.